regular trumpet or butt trumpet? Butt trumpet.
Oh, man. What the fuck is going on in our world? All sorts of neat stuff, actually.
La 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 la.
Well, that was a nice little harmony. We're like the Cars.
Welcome, everyone, to Our Town Podcast. Please take a moment to like and subscribe, share if you can, and review if available. We'd love to hear from you, so comment below and tell us how we're doing. Don't forget to visit ourtownpodcast.com for all the links and join the members-only section of the website or sign up on Patreon. Now here are the boys of Our Town Podcast.
Oh, yay. Nice. Well, welcome everybody to another exciting edition of Our Town Podcast.
Extraordinary!
Coming to you from the I Am Renton space in beautiful downtown Renton.
Feeling great about it. Thank you, Jeffrey.
And it's a nice sunny day, and it's a great day to go eat on the patio at the Whistle Stop Ale House. So get over there and
Sell some food over there.
have some good eats. Boys, episode 74 tonight. Holy moly, 74
Gee,
tonight.
did I black out?
You might have.
I don't know.
That was your name in high school. What? Did I black out?
Was I sleeping?
Boys, tonight's safe word if anybody's feeling unsafe or unsecure and needs to stop this here program so we can check on you is bookkeeper.
Bookkeeper.
Bookkeeper, because bookkeeper is the only word in the English language with 3 consecutive sets of double letters.
Oh.
Geez, that's interesting. Do you see the only?
Only.
I'm going to prove you wrong.
Keeper. Okay, if you can prove it wrong, Mike, I'm all
That I
for
can't.
it.
What about amalgamated? No. But I like the word.
But I like it. Supercalifragilistic, expialidocious? I don't
It's a
think so.
simpler time. Yeah. It's all lies.
It's all lies. And it's a beautiful day out today,
yes, it
boys.
is. That's not lies. That's very true.
Not only is it a sunny Thursday for all of Mike's stalkers down here in downtown Renton, 24 counts of guilty, right? Or 34. 34 counts of
No, it
guilty.
is. That's a huge day.
Which is a historic
It really is.
moment in
It really is.
the short history of these here United States.
Yeah, everybody look, please, because it's pretty easy to find. Look at the evidence that was presented, right?
Okay.
And who, besides the splashy ones, were witnesses, sworn witnesses, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's like crimes were committed.
So do you
Jury of
think
your
he's
peers.
actually going to go into a jail cell or a prison cell, or is he going to be like...
I sure don't think
I
so.
sure would doubt it. They're not that type of felony, except they wouldn't have been felonies, in fact, if it weren't to affect an election.
Yeah.
Right.
That was the part of it that turned it into a felony, and it's not untrue, right? And there's plenty of written, sworn testimony. Plenty, not the salacious stuff, the written records. Michael Cohen didn't go to his bookkeeper and dig through his shit to find these checks that were signed and go, well, we could make that fit.
Yeah.
Right? And the prosecutor certainly didn't do that.
And it
You know what
adds
I mean?
up
Those
to
exist.
a certain amount, and they actually
Yes.
had like a signed document, a
Yes.
handwritten document that showed where that amount came from.
And his comptroller saying, yep, it was a scheme, all right. It's like, what?
And the guy that was in the middle of it, aptly named David Pecker, who owned...
And he's definitely a defender of the administration.
Yeah, big time, long time friend.
Yes, still to
of
this
the
day.
former president.
Yes.
Pecker always reminds me of Dickless from Ghostbusters.
But certainly
Nice.
didn't have an axe to grind in the case. And corroborated all the evidence. So it's crazy. So the next step is, I think, July 11th, they go for sentencing. We'll see what happens there.
And the appeals process, et
The
cetera,
appeals
but-
process is going to kick in.
The question should always be, how can we make our judicial systems better? That has to be the question, but we need to be mature adults about this and look at how the evidence was presented,
Right.
etc. This is very important that we recognize that it needs to be a nation of laws. It needs to, because those laws can be improved upon with time, right? We can always progress with that. If it's by some dictator's whim, right? That creates chaos, that destroys progress and stability, right?
Yeah.
We have to be always progressing towards a more perfect set of these democratic systems, right? And that judicial system is part of that. And that's not to say, but what about the bad decisions?
Yeah.
Right, of course, right? Because it's still a human system, it's going to be imperfect, et cetera. But we need to work towards more transparency with all these systems and more accountability, et cetera.
Would he
right?
be
It's
a
like-
dictator or would he be a dictator top?
Nice. Yeah, I don't know. It would be bad for America. I know. And I hate to be such a downer all the time.
Already
It's a
had
beautiful
4
day.
years of
But,
this.
God.
I don't understand
It's,
it.
man,
but-
he's just, we need to be better. We do.
Yeah.
We do. It's too important. It's too important. Our posterity is too, and posteriors, our posterity is far too important to leave to people like that, man.
Yeah.
Fuck.
For sure.
So do we know what kind of cancer it was that got Mr. Spurlock?
Oh, jeez.
Yes,
down in the
indeed.
headlines,
Jumping ahead. Rest in peace, Morgan Spurlock, 53. I don't know what kind of cancer it was. I don't know if it
don't
was
either.
colon or something else.
Was
but
it from eating all that McDonald's?
that was a lot of years ago, so it would be hard pressed to sort of push it on the month long. So Morgan Spurlock was a kind of a gonzo
Sure,
journalist
sure.
that did that documentary.
Yeah, that's the one
Super
that I'm
Size
familiar
Me.
with. Because he didn't do Thank You for Not Smoking. That's somebody else.
I think that was somebody else.
But the only work of his that I had seen was
Yeah,
that.
and he did a follow-up all about the chicken industry, the fast food chicken industry right after that. But he often talked about, so he did for those of you who don't know, go look this up because it's an amazing tale on fast food eating. And it's all about McDonald's, but it's sort of the fast food culture in particular. But he did where he ate, I think, breakfast, lunch, and dinner exclusively from the McDonald's menu
it was like Big
for
Mac.
30 days. And he gained weight, lost sex drive, lost energy, just all that stuff. So, McDonald's is always...
What about hallucinations or something good? You know what I mean? It's like,
Well, he
and
did
then I
spend a
went to
lot
the
of
top
time
the
with.
mountain,
He did
and it
spend a
was
lot of
good.
time with Grimace, dancing through the milkshake forest.
I
But
mean, this last month, I ate a lot of McDonald's, but I didn't notice any of those things. But then again, I'm single and don't have anyone, so I wouldn't even notice.
And he did it as a routine, right? Almost as
Right.
and this was a
study, but kinda
gimmick
like a study.
that he
Yeah.
did to kind of count, and
That's cool. It's performance art.
It's
right? That's
performance
cool.
art, but I have no issue with what he did. The issue is McDonald's is supposed to be a fill-in, a treat, an
treat,
occasional
sure.
thing. It's not supposed to be a daily.
Well, I don't know. I know like 17 Olympians who eat McGriddle all the time. No, I don't. But they're tasty. I don't know, because I am totally, and I mean this, the treat yourself.
Yeah.
Right? Life is short, people.
Yeah.
Life is short, and obviously we have to have accountability for what we do, etc.
Right,
That doesn't mean like,
I'm pretty
you know what I
sure
mean?
that-
It's okay.
I'm pretty sure the vast majority of people don't treat it as a treat once in a while type of thing. That's why we have obesity in this country.
I don't know. I'm sure there's ways to figure that out, right? I'm sure
Well,
there's
and the
lots
fact
of
that
factors,
there's
et cetera,
a fast food restaurant within a block
And we
or
just
half
don't-
mile of each other.
That's also true.
Pretty,
But even, I mean, we also just are terribly wealthy in food.
Yeah.
We're so wealthy with food. We really are. And there's still, I understand, plenty of want, right?
Yeah.
But the want is kind of a choice as our society, right? It doesn't have to be that way. No, we're so, like, there's so many calories out there, dude. It's fantastic.
It's
Oh, it's
amazing.
great. It's great.
But if somebody wants to bring us McDonald's breakfast,
Yeah, I ain't knocking nothing. Yeah. Speaking of delicious foods, we got a call out as we were crossing the street
yeah.
from, I mean, The guy was a vision.
Okay.
So he's jogging by and he gives our town as he's running
Who was
with
the
his
guy?
dog. Well, it's our terribly successful, wonderful neighbor, Mr. Nate Bainbridge.
No, we got to get a hold of him. I
Yeah.
don't have
Yeah,
his
yeah.
particular email.
But the dude looks great. The kid's living.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, and he's jogging by, just cut jawline, you know what I mean? And his dog's got a cut jawline, and it's all perfectly postured. It's
Oh,
great.
man, so if you're looking for
Hats off,
something
yeah.
Good and a little different, go to the meat pie
Yeah, Premier
place.
Meat Pies.
right across the street from
They've got an
It's
excellent chicken. Forget what it is, but it's like a Hispanic flavored chicken and chili.
Nice.
But they also have the
Yeah, no, we got all
Guinness
sorts of stuff.
pie and a
Great.
bunch of
Oh,
other
yeah.
stuff. So get over there. Lots of beer on tap
Yeah, no,
and
full
lots of
bar.
cocktails.
Yeah, no, they're the real deal. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, no, I was thinking about that. The show, we know all sorts of really successful business people, many of which make tasty food. It's
Yeah.
great. Like public houses with really good food. It's like, we're lucky, man.
Yeah.
I mean, of all the things, it's like, God bless physicists. And there's all sorts of cool people that I like hanging out with occasionally. But restaurateurs, yes.
I can only put so much physicist in my mouth.
Yes, the tasty muons, you know. Food's
Oh,
good.
come on.
So
Everyone
appreciate
wants
it.
a little bit of Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yes, agreed. Yep. At the restaurant.
Man, at the
Yeah,
restaurant.
yeah.
But yeah, Morgan Spurlock, back to the podcast, was, I mean, it was sort of a awesome take because nobody had ever tried this before, right? We'd heard about the guy that like went to get a Big Mac and he's had like 10,000 something
Yeah,
Big
yeah,
Macs
yeah.
in his lifetime, right? But the guy also exercised pretty regularly and did other stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you look at the before and after pictures of him, it's a little different.
Did he have a healthy lifestyle as a person? Do you know?
I don't know.
Because
I mean, I
remember
don't know.
Jim Fix?
Yes.
The runner, it's like the most in shape dude. He's like,
Got hit by a fucking bus.
Yeah. No, he just had a heart attack and killed over, man. It's like, fuck. This guy was.
Oh, that's right. He didn't get hit by a bus. He had
so
the heart
good.
attack.
And I think previously he was like,
It always cracks me up when you see like people who are like all about like jogging and working out and doing late and you know calisthenics and all that stuff, but then they smoke like a pack a day
Oh, sure.
and
Well,
they drink
I
heavily.
did for many years. And
What?
it's still the act of doing those things, right? Even fitness is still conditional in the fact is you're doing it just because you're into doing it.
Well,
You know
I
what
think they're
mean?
doing
But-
it because they want to be healthy, but yet they're
Yeah,
they're counterbalancing it with,
Sure.
with things that are destroying their body.
Smoking the bud.
Smoking the bud.
And, and or cigarettes. And that ain't, I mean, there's very few people around here smoking cigarettes anymore. Not like it used to be.
Not around
Not
here.
Like it was.
When I was in Ireland, it was crazy.
Nice.
People still smoke like
fuck,
crazy.
because they're writers. You have to.
And actors and musicians.
But it would be cool to graduate to the Tolkien pipe, you know?
Oh, yes.
The old writer.
The one that's like this long and it has
Yeah.
a bit of
It's
an
so
arc to
good,
it.
yes. And you just kind of rest
It
into it.
always smelled really good.
I would think,
pipe
yeah,
tobacco.
Pipe tobacco, it's nice. It's Cadillac.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely smelled better than like cigar smoke. God,
Yeah.
that always smelled like athlete's
They're
foot.
cured differently.
Yo.
Yeah, it's different.
Well,
and plus you'll throw flowers and shit to pipe tobacco.
Speaking of bad eaters, did you guys hear that Japanese competitive eater Takeru Kobayashi, who is the 6-time Nathan's hot dog eating contest champion, is announcing he's retiring from the
Oh, yeah,
sport.
Yeah, good because you know we don't have enough of those hot dogs for the rest of us. Right?
Give
He's
us back our
citing
hot dogs, mister.
He's citing health concerns after he's competed for 20 years. He believes he has eaten about 10,000 hot dogs in his
Wow.
career.
So,
Right?
10,000 hot dogs.
That's a lot.
How does that translate into assholes and lips?
I don't
Fucking A, that's a fair question.
That's quite a
It
bit.
went over that floor sweepings of the meat fucking factory. Like, just scoop it up.
Seriously.
And salt. Don't forget salt.
Seriously, honestly,
It's
as
so
a
much
kid,
salt.
as a kid, like the one thing I would eat as a kid, that was like my comfort food or whatever you
Yeah,
want
because
to
they're
call it.
salty and sweet and just kind of
And-
goingy.
I would eat hot dogs, and my siblings would all try to gross me out by telling me what's in hot dogs to get me to stop eating hot dogs. They wanted me to eat other things. Like, no.
Yeah.
In hindsight, I think it's probably a neurodivergent thing. There's a thing about like textures and foods and whatnot.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that was one of the things that I didn't have any problem with. But they were like, yeah, there's lips and assholes and sphincter muscles, all
I
kinds
said,
of
"I'll taste delicious."
Yeah,
And I'm sitting there going, yeah, and I'm
Yeah.
as I'm eating it.
Man, yeah, wait till I tell you about Spam, dude.
Yeah, man.
But it's
So-
tasty.
Yeah, he says his body is broken and he can't ever feel full and has no appetite and can go days without eating anything because
you
he's
know
done
what
this
you're
to his
getting
body.
into, bro.
So, quote, I am Japanese, but I've eaten like an American. I
you
think
had that.
that is what has damaged my body.
Yeah. Well, that's a little extreme.
Yeah, at one point, he set the world record. He ate 50 hot dogs in 12 minutes.
You know what? The average American doesn't eat like that, dude.
No.
Fuck off.
And like he said, he trains for this in some weird way, right? 50 and what was that? 50 and
50 hot dogs in 12 minutes.
God, why does that not seem... I'm not that impressed with that. Has ever been to one of my family outings? This guy's kind of... I mean...
But he's competed in other stuff like pizza
yeah,
eating
what about beer? Is he
contests.
drinking beer at the same
I
time?
don't
It's like,
know.
or is he kind of half-assed at this?
I think there was a controversy with him at one point where he was dipping the buns in water to get him down faster or something. But I just think that would expand in your
that's
stomach.
a bridge too far, dude. That's who dips a bun in water?
Nobody I know.
That's awful.
He spits acid on it to melt it down a little bit before he swallows it.
He's like Jeff Goldblum in The Fly.
Man.
Dude. Oh, man.
Then you have to put his prosthetics through it.
Oh my God.
So what's with the...
Hopefully not.
So good luck to him in his future endeavors.
Yeah.
No longer going to be a
I
competitive.
wondered, did he make, I mean, do you get enough money out of being a competitive eater to be able to does he
Here's the
retire
thing:
or
I
does he
looked
just
that
get a
up to
job?
see if he like walking away with millions or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
But Nathan's didn't even do a
Sponsorship,
money
right,
prize
yeah.
until a few years ago. So
We'll give you 100 pounds of hot dogs.
they would do stuff like that, or they would do like they would get somebody to give away like a free trip to somewhere, or you get 50 nights in a Holiday Inn or something like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, there is a prize, but it wasn't like he's making like $25K for these contests.
Yeah,
you
let
know?
alone more.
Unless he's getting
That's not retirement
sponsorships
money
from
anyway. Yeah,
somebody.
if you get a deal with
Yeah,
somebody.
yeah.
Who's that?
He's wearing that
Pepto
patch.
or something. You got Metamucil, some of the bush thing. You got to have fiber. It's like eating belts over here, dude. You gotta get some roughage in there.
So what happened with the crows then?
Yeah, jumping around. So the crows, they did a scientific study. You all know that crows are supposedly have a great memory.
Yeah, very
if you
smart, yeah.
fuck with them, they can remember you for like up to 20 years.
Yeah.
They go like, that's that dude that threw rocks at us. Get him,
Or
right?
gave us something good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Or
actually,
gave us
because
something
of
good.
people like if you befriend a crow, they will bring you gifts.
Yeah,
There's been many documented cases of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not because I give a lot of gifts and they've never brought me shit. But I really like crows.
A team of researchers at the University of Tübingen, if I'm saying that right,
That's
in
my alma
animal physiology lab
geez.
over in Germany, they have figured out that crows can actually count up to 4, and not just they can hold up like 4 things. They can hold up like 4 things, and the crows can
Nice.
to tell you how many there are. It's crazy, and they
That's
can
cool as
read
fuck.
it off of
Yes.
a paper and
Yeah.
stuff.
That's
So-
that's cognitive fucking function,
Yes.
dude. Yeah.
We should.
No,
we
they're
should-
cool as fuck, and they talk to each other for sure.
Yeah.
Oh
We
yeah.
should insert the song "Numbers" by Psycho Stick because it's I can only count to 4. I can
It's
Oh, that's the
Psycho
song?
Stick?
Yeah, the band is called Psycho Stick, and
Nice.
it's a parody of to let the bodies hit the floor.
Nice.
It's about
only count to 4.
I can only count to 4.
And remember Watership Down?
Oh, yeah.
The rabbits can count to like 3 or 4.
Yeah,
something like that. Which is still knowing that there's a difference between 1, 2, 3, and 4 is fucking huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
And off of a piece of paper too. Like they
no,
can
I'm
see
telling
it,
you.
almost
Crows
read it.
No, I fed crows for,
Yeah.
I mean, decades.
Mike's got a crow army.
Oh, I would love it. I just had just a buddy.
With little
Just-
lasers
oh, you
on
know,
their
I
head.
feed that crow a lot. I like them. I do. Because they're kind of the skateboarders of the sky. You know what I mean? Like,
And they
And then
team up,
skate
man.
off.
And then through Renton, we often see, because they're all heading back to the colony, which I think is down by Emerald Queen.
Yep,
Or
and
not
the
Emerald
old,
Queen, the racetrack.
Emerald Down.
Emerald Down.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you'll see just a massive flight of them
Oh, yeah.
cruising
Emerald
by.
Downs is deep. Now, there's a bunch of murders between here and
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
But there's one, right over here, and then along the Duane.
Yeah, there was a murder here downtown, I think, last week.
Oh, yeah, no, it really was.
An actual murder.
Actual
yeah.
murder.
Yeah, no, at the old Vermont's building.
No, we talked about this,
It's
right,
awful.
yeah.
Just awful. Yeah, no, nobody you don't shoot the piano player, dude.
Right.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
That's universal.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Can't hurt nobody.
Yeah.
Holy schmack. Well, in other scientific news, boys, they have discovered, scientists have discovered a potentially habitable Earth-sized planet only 40 light years away,
Oh.
which I think is the closest possible habitable planet
Sure.
that they found.
And how do they know it's habitable?
Well, they look at the
Atmosphere or the molecular
Yeah.
makeup of it. Because they can point a beam at a thing and bounce it back, or they can just read what along with light, all these other particles and waves and stuff that come at us, light, X-rays, all the stuff that planets make, all sorts of shit,
Yeah.
right? And radiate from outside, etc. So they look at that and tell us what that is.
and they can also figure out how far away from the sun, from its sun or its star is to kind of see if it's in a certain range.
Yep, the Goldilocks range.
The Goldilocks
temperature
range.
fluctuations.
I just figured they looked on their tricorder and figured it was a classic planet.
Tricorders are great, but they don't go that far. But the sensors are, because how would you, I think about that, or have, not all the time, but how would a ship, the sensors,
Yeah.
how do you pull that off?
Yeah.
Because it would be great. That's a time saver. What a time saver.
Yeah.
But,
So the
it's a Star
planet
Wars.
is about
Star
the
Wars.
size of Venus, which is just a little bit smaller than our planet here, Earth, and it may be temperate enough to support life. But they figure the surface temperature is probably around 107 degrees.
Yeah.
So it's a little hotter than we're used to here.
Not for long. I don't know. And that's, I don't know. Because that's one direction we can go,
Yeah.
is to try to habitate another planet. Or, I don't know, you can make your own habitat.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I mean? And
saw-
stuff like that somewhere else that you don't have to contend with issues like
Right.
that, you know?
I saw a post yesterday that was, what should be the name of the first city built on Mars when we start to colonize it?
Renton 2.
Renton 2 Electric
The
Boogaloo.
sequel. Yeah.
Renton 2 the Electric Boogaloo.
Yes. Yes, exactly. And why not? And why don't
I'm
we
all
jam
for
that
it.
right now?
Yeah.
We made that.
I say, we should give it to MAGA. Let them go move up there.
Move them all up there.
I don't know. That's a lot of. I mean, it's a cool goal. 40
I mean,
light-
I mean, the planet's already
It's
red.
already
They all
red.
have to do is carve in the letters MAGA on the side of the building.
You can just nuke it now. Save the time. If we launch one now. Yeah, I don't know. 40 light years, because a light is, moving fast, but much faster than humans are ever going to move anything ever.
Yeah.
Right? Like a lot. We
Yeah.
might get to 0.000 something of it, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It's like all the physics change, everything changes. Even in space, right? It's like,
Well, if there's life on that planet, maybe they can meet us halfway. or
yeah,
something.
maybe they have. They have been here for quite some time.
With their lizard
I also think
eyes.
about that. It's like if I were visiting another world, I'd find a stable place to stay. The surface isn't stable. You got earthquakes and rocks falling from the sky and fucking dead shits. So you go either underground or in the ocean.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Oceans are way more stable.
That's
dude.
true.
Way.
Except for sharks, freak me out.
Yeah, giant megalodons. And just kick them.
Sharks,
Kick 'em in the
Jason
nose.
Statham hasn't taught us anything.
sharks, and like giant squids, man. I think I'd be more afraid of giant
Yeah,
squids.
squids, yeah.
Squids.
Yeah. Oh, man, and how old is
Because
a
those
giant
fuckers
squid?
can reach out of the water and grab you out of the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a 500-year-old fucking squid? Has it just been fucking floating through, thinking about eating you for the last 500 fucking years? And then he's like, oh, there he is.
Have we already talked about the I think that there's a billionaire from Minnesota that's wanting to go back down to the
No, I
Titanic.
don't think we have talked
Oh,
about this.
I saw
the
something
new
about it.
submersible. Yeah.
He's got a
That's his right,
he's got
I
a
guess.
new
Yeah.
submersible.
A $20 million submersible that he wants to prove that things have improved as far as security and safety
Sure.
since ocean
Fuck, it's
days.
ballsy, dude. Can't you just set it down without fucking people in it? Just to test the tech? Do you have to be in it to
Yeah.
test it?
But the thing is, every time they send it down,
They gotta throw it away. or
Takes some
something.
damage,
Yeah, I bet
right?
it does. They probably have to junk it. Or do they? They're like, nah.
Well, the last guys didn't.
I think Mike is right though. Why don't we just send down some remote control
Yes.
submersibles?
Yes.
Yeah.
Put a fucking recording device in there.
Because we covered this when it happened pretty extensively, but the portal was like tiny, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It was
And there
like
was like
this big,
four dudes in there,
Yeah.
all trying to like get a
With a
view.
little poop bucket right up by the window. I'm not making that up.
I'd take a look, but Johnny just dropped a deuce, and I don't want to go near it.
God damn it, Johnny!
The stink lines like in a fucking cartoon.
No, you're all there. Like, look at how beautiful that is.
Could you imagine
Majestic deep sea.
being stuck in stale air already?
Dangerous tin can. Yeah.
Oh my God!
I should have eaten that ice cream before we came down here. I'm lactose intolerant.
Ice cream and enchiladas.
Cheese-
Bad idea.
Limburger.
Yeah, so this guy's got a brand new submersible or something that he wants to take down.
Yeah, so it's a different company.
He wants to show how things have improved since Ocean Gate.
And exploration, hats off, right? But I just don't know why it has to be manned.
I
with
don't know.
tourists.
Because you're going to see more with cameras than you ever would with somebody being in the ship.
It's doing it. They're.
When I heard about this, I heard someone say, "Can we make this an annual thing with billionaires? Just send another couple billionaires down to the Titanic."
Sacrifice to the volcano god, just like the Brady's. That was insane.
Oh my God. Jeez. Speaking
I
of
do eat
this,
at taco trucks. As like as brave as these people might be, I go to the scrungiest, dirtiest looking fucking taco truck this side of the Pecos.
well, that's what we need is we need a taco boat
Yes.
to go out
Yes.
and sell them tacos right
Sell them
before they go
tacos.
on the ship.
Say, which one of you is lactose intolerant? We have extra sour cream for you.
It's like a 32% chance of intestinal distress.
They're only allowed to eat vanilla paste before they go down or something.
And then what ends up killing them is the methane, not the implosion.
Oh my God. I could not stand the thought of being stuck in a
you're
can like that.
claustrophobic,
I'm
right?
very
Yeah,
claustrophobic, so it's like, fuck that.
Yeah, no, that's for real. Jeez. I don't know.
I gotta open this window. No, wait.
Yeah. It's got-
No.
Oh my God.
That's really what happened.
Yeah. It's like.
Somebody took a dump. They're like, oh, we gotta.
I gotta open this door. No,
Yeah,
wait.
the whole world
We
kind
gotta
of goes
get out.
green, So bad.
Oh my God. Do you guys remember, speaking of billionaires on boats, you remember the orcas were constantly attacking
The local
boats and
bat
stuff?
cavers coming
No,
out.
they're the best.
Yeah.
They're the best.
The orca whales were attacking all the boats.
Yeah.
Well, scientists think they've figured out why. So the countries of
I heard it's
Spain and
hip-hop music.
Portugal, close. The countries of Spain and Portugal put together a research team to look into this. And what is it? It's teenagers. It's
Nice.
orca teenagers that
Nice.
are bored.
Yeah.
They're bored?
Yeah.
They're
They're like,
bored.
let's go fuck up this
Let's
thing.
go fuck up that boat.
Gee, so they're vandals.
Yeah. So the past 5 years, it's been the
Oh, man.
gangs of teenage
We
orcas.
should come up with some gang names for some orca pods, man.
Yes. Yeah, do they...
Sharks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Jets.
No, orcas specifically, like hunt sharks. Orcas
Oh,
are
yeah.
the bullies of the sea, dude.
Yeah.
They don't give a flying
Have you
fuck.
seen that video of the sea lion? Not sea lion. It was a seal that jumps up on the boat, and there's a guy giving it like voiceovers, like, "No, you can't get up my boat. No, I can't get up your boat. There's a big ass shark out
Yeah.
there, or there's a big ass whale out there. I ain't getting back in the water. Fuck you."
Oh, yeah. And orcas sometimes just pick on them. They're not even
No,
for food.
they're hungry though. I think most of the time.
Most of the time, yes. But
Chuck 'em up in the air,
no,
chase
they're-
'em
they're-
around.
I mean, yeah, they
They're an amazing
do
creature.
play with their
Yeah.
food, but
Yeah.
who doesn't,
I
right?
guess, yeah.
So somebody freed Willie, and he went and attacked the boats.
Huh?
So
Yeah.
teenagers.
Maybe they're just sick of our shit.
Yeah, I would be.
I heard
Boats
that-
are loud and they
Yeah.
dump fucking stinky shit. And
I think we even talked about it last year. That like after the pandemic, you know, there was nobody out on the water on their boats. There was all the time with no.
That was nice and quiet.
It was nice and quiet for
Oh,
them.
yeah, like
and all
ocean
of a,
liners
and all of a
and such.
sudden
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have assholes out on the water playing shitty fucking EDM music. You
Nice.
know, you know,
Getting drunk and partying.
party.
yeah. Yeah. I don't know. There's worse things
The
to
whales are like, "Can you stop with the dubstep already, please?
There's
Thank
typically
you."
boobs involved.
And who doesn't like boobs? Speaking of
Yeah.
boobs, did you see the Richard Dreyfuss? And
did.
speaking of sharks,
Yeah. I just saw
boobs and sharks.
Are you saying that Richard Dreyfuss is a boob?
Well, so he goes and he gets tapped to do this Q&A for Jaws, like some Jaws, at the movie theater in the town where I think Jaws was filmed or takes
yeah.
place.
Yeah.
So he goes there and he goes off on this
Martha's
fucking
Vineyard, isn't it?
rant. Yeah, somewhere out on Martha's Vineyard. Goes out on this rant about how women are so passive and he can't listen to them because they shouldn't have any authority. And he went on about trans kids.
What? Richard Dreyfuss, the actor?
The actor.
Yeah, fuck you, Richard Dreyfuss.
So he's doing a Q&A. So he comes out in a dress and he's dancing around and, you know, acting like any good 70-something-year-old guy should act, right? But then he's doing this Q&A and he says, quote, you know, women are so passive. He referred to an unknown actress in a movie as an idiot, saying she's brilliant but an idiot. You know, women are so passive. That's why the movie sucked. The actor allegedly slammed the Me Too movement before going off on transgender issues. He also allegedly called the director a genius but an idiot. I think he's referring to Spielberg. He said Close Encounters was a hit because he convinced Spielberg to hire him instead of Gene Hackman. Which I think Gene Hackman is a
Would have done it.
Oh
If
my
it wasn't
God.
Dreyfuss,
Does he
Hackman
really-
would have done fine.
Yeah.
He really believes that he's the reason why
And
that
he
movie
said
did
all
well?
this at the
guess.
same time?
Yeah, and the same thing. He said
What the fuck?
he
What's that have to do with
applauded.
whatever he's doing. He's there to talk about Jaws or something?
Yeah, he's supposed to be talking about Jaws. He was applauding Barbara Streisand as a genius, which she is, but he added that he didn't listen to her because women shouldn't have that power. Because I think she might have directed him or something and something.
I don't know. I'm sure they've worked together. I can't think of him, and I can't think
Was
of
he
it.
in, I don't know, was
I don't
Goodbye Girl or something? I don't know.
Something. I'm not a big Barbara.
Just opened his mouth and a bunch of garbage,
Weird.
women-hating spew
He's
came
like
out.
75 minutes into his speech, just fucking slathering, you know? I don't know. And people, that's fine. Opinions are opinions, right? weird to have a pulpit and waste it on dribble.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's weird on divisive dog shit. It's like, I don't know. And I always say this, but there's a lot going on, man. And we really need to recognize what we need to work on. There's certain boxes we need to be checking off as a society, as a species, etc. if we're to survive.
Yeah.
And most of the little dumb, back and forth shit just have to stop. It's got to stop.
Yeah.
It's a good thing that he's not an active member of Hollywood, because otherwise I would probably never see another one.
Yeah, I think the reason he was asked to come out is I think he's the only living main character from the original Jaws, because Schneider's passed. The guy that played the captain.
The guy who was the captain died last year.
Oh, was it just last year?
Yeah, I can't remember his name. It's great.
Yeah.
Actually, we talked
They do
about
a good job. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
In that first month we were podcasting, we talked about his death.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, he's one American citizen. He's not a policymaker.
No.
Right? He's just
But
Richard
here's the
Dreyfuss.
ironic
And I'm trying
thing.
to think of what I like Richard Dreyfuss in.
Here's the ironic thing is he has been railing against how civics isn't taught in American schools anymore, and people need to learn how to be more polite. But then he gets up and he's ranting on women, and he's ranting on trans kids and trans kids' families, and he's ranting on all this stuff, and you're just like, who needs the civics lessons, bro?
Yeah. And just a civil discourse kind
And
of
some
thing.
civil discourse, yeah.
And if you want to spur thought in people that, because I don't know. And the people going to see him at a Jaws thing are nostalgic people. It's like he could have capitalized on that to get them
they're
to
there for the
think about
Jaws thing.
something, or, you know what I mean? Yeah, or whatever. But say, well, art is important because it can speak a long-term truth. Or it's just fucking something that's true but not dicky.
Yeah.
It just seems to me that, like, most conservatives, they like to project onto other people the things that they're doing. They're saying that you are doing this. Fuck it. Fuck Richard Dreyfuss.
I did like him in American Graffiti. He's probably the only movie. I know he did Mr.
that's
Holland's Opus, but that was so.
1975.
Mr. Holland's Opus, it was so like.
Sure.
He was kind of a ding dong.
He was a ding dong in that.
Yeah.
His character was, anyway.
And honestly, I don't think he really plays anything other than that type of character. He was kind of a ding dong in Jaws too.
Yeah, and he's one American citizen. I don't really give a fuck what he's got to say. You know what I mean? It's like, he's not a policymaker. He ain't the boss of me. I'd fight that guy. I'll fight old people too, man.
Honestly-
I'll fight babies. I don't give a fuck. Don't talk shit.
What I would have said to him is, "What was the last thing you did, sir?"
Yeah. I don't know. Richard Dreyfuss, have your people call our people, and we'll set up a charity battle between you and Mike.
100%, dude.
We'll go
how
over
about
to
him,
the
man?
Aztec
Who's never-
boxing.
You and Mel Gibson. Are you friends with Mel Gibson?
Yeah, can you do both
Maybe.
at the same
I
time?
fight both those guys. Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I'd fight Richard Dreyfuss and knock him on his ass. And I'm not even a fighter.
Richard. Well, speaking of box office and meltdowns, what is going on in the movie theaters this year? This was the worst Memorial Day movie opening for, I think, 30 years since 1995's Casper.
Oh, geez.
Had the worst opening.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that movie too.
And what they're talking about is the one that everybody assumed would be the number one. So this past weekend was supposed to be the Furiosa, the Mad Max saga story.
Which had a lot of really, I don't know, it seemed like a lot of push.
It had a lot of fun. It just looks fun.
I gotta go. No, I'm going.
Yeah, in the big screen.
Oh,
I you know what? I blame people who want more realism in their science fiction.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what? Why
But it's
can't
still
it
a
just be
big, splashy
entertaining?
theater movie.
Why can't it be entertaining? Why can't it be just fun to watch?
Grab a bucket of popcorn and a soda and sit down and.
Oh my God! You mentioning popcorn bucket? Have you guys seen the popcorn bucket for Deadpool and Wolverine?
Oh, are they still doing this?
Oh my God! I have to pull this up for these guys.
I have not seen it.
It's kind of it's their take on the Dune bucket, which is really funny.
How come people aren't going to theater though?
Yeah, I don't
right?
know.
Because
Because
the
it's
Ryan
expensive.
Gosling movie, The Fall Guy, everybody expected that to be a big
To do
two of the
a
biggest
lot
actors
better
on the
than it
planet,
did.
right?
Yeah,
They're both huge.
Yeah.
They're huge stars.
Yeah, and
it was a nice, easy.
the Fury Road had done so well in theaters and afterwards.
I wonder
and
if it did initially. It got it. I mean, I think it won a number of Academy Awards. It's a really well done film, dude. Oh,
Well, it
I gotta say
struggled.
this. He makes good movies, man.
It
and
struggled.
Got a limitless
It
budget.
struggled against Garfield, the Garfield movie.
Oh no!
Oh my God! Is that Wolverine's mouth that you got to grab it out of?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
my
gotta
God.
pull it. What's really funny is a video I saw for it today.
man.
It was on Ryan Reynolds' social media. It shows like them pulling popcorn out of his mouth, and then it shows like some buttery like
Goo.
kind of dripping down his face.
When does that come out?
It comes out in a couple weeks, I think.
We'll probably talk about it next week
Yeah,
when we
maybe
do
that'll
our
be the blockbuster.
new
But it's
movies for the
interesting because
week.
theaters are, I mean, now you can get really nice like seats.
Yeah.
You should pick
I
your
might go see
seat.
Furiosa this weekend.
Oh, yeah,
then.
all right. Jeez.
Yeah. But yeah, so sales,
it's
ticket
interesting.
sales.
Any
not
idea
up.
why people aren't going to theater? Yeah.
No, and it may be just the not the demographics, but the way people absorb their entertainment has changed so
that
much.
fast?
But
Maybe.
I don't know because it
Yeah.
didn't seem like after the pandemic people were like eager to
trying to
go
think
back
of-
to the movies
yeah.
and stuff,
I
right?
don't know. Well,
I mean-
yeah, what did we watch in theaters recently? I saw Dune. I went to see Dune.
Oh, we doing it in theaters?
Yeah.
We could talk about
Oh, for
Dune.
sure.
Oh my god!
I went,
Oh, nice.
I went and saw the newest Kung Fu Panda recently.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
When my
Yeah,
friend
yeah.
Shannon was in town, I dropped her off in downtown to catch her bus back to the ferry docks, and then like 2 hours later, I got a call saying that she forgot her wallet at my house.
Oh no!
So she'd been hanging out in downtown for 2 hours in the wet and rain.
No money.
And her wallet was back at my house, so I came down, brought her wallet, and I said, you know what, you don't have to, you can crash at my house tonight, and you can go back tomorrow, that way you're not having to get home at midnight or whatever. And she's like, thanks. And I said, and because I feel bad, because I left you in downtown Renton for almost 3 hours in the wet, I'm going to treat you to some dinner, and we'll go hit a movie.
Nice.
Because I was just like,
Nice.
Yeah.
Man. Well, speaking of being left alone, Home Alone, the house that it was filmed at, has hit the market recently.
And that's where is that?
In Illinois somewhere.
Chicago, I think.
It's
Chicago suburb.
in Winnetka,
Bitch, man.
but I think it's pretty close to Chicago.
It's a suburb of Chicago, I think.
Yeah, $5.25 million. Newly renovated interior. Although from the pictures, it's still you can tell it's the Home Alone house on the inside.
Yeah, because what's
It is,
renovated mean?
Well,
What's that mean?
I don't.
Yes,
I don't think
exactly.
they actually filmed on the.
It's
I don't
just
think they
exact-
filmed in the inside that house. That was an
Victorian
exterior
style.
only.
They said they did.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
'Cause I saw a documentary saying that they filmed the entirety of a lot of that was
Indoor.
in a gymnasium and a.
Built a soundstage or
They
something.
built the soundstage of a gymnasium at a school that's been abandoned or whatever. So yeah.
Well, it's a 5-bedroom, 6-bath house. It's up for sale for the first time since 2012.
5-bedroom.
5 bedrooms, 6
bath.
baths. So I mean, we could all go in on it together and
Oh yeah,
have our own bath
You
and
have 2 bathrooms apiece. It's like I'll pee here, poop over there.
it's still structurally reminiscent of some of the film's most iconic scenes. Along with its interior renovation, the property has also been equipped with a home gym, a theater, and a private basketball court.
Jeez.
So
Wow.
if you're into all that stuff, it's
And
only
the-
set you back 5.25.
Sure, and it's I mean,
Yeah.
if it's near Chicago, it's cold in the winter.
Yeah, I don't know why somebody doesn't buy it and turn it into like a
museum.
museum, right?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know what you'd make off
like
of
the
it,
guy
but-
did with the Goonies house. You basically,
Yeah.
we can go down there and get a tour of the house if we wanted.
Yeah, I follow a Facebook group where people do.
People love it when I just show up on their doorstep. They love
Well,
it.
seriously though, the guy who he bought it like last year or year before, the people that owned it before him, they hated the
Yeah.
Goonie fans. They put up like big blinders so you can't see the house.
I think I'm going to go to Seaside this summer and drive through Astoria, so I might swing up there. And I've seen it from afar, but I haven't seen it.
You should.
I never
I'll see if I can find the social media for them, and you can reach out to them. Say, hey, I'm going to be in town. Can I come check out the house?
Yeah, maybe I can interview them. That'd be
That'd
kind
be
of fun.
great.
Holy crap!
Yeah.
What's it like?
What's
What
it
are your
like? What's it
dreams
like? But yeah, I mean, with that 5.25 with 6 bedrooms and or 6 baths and 5 bedrooms, you could like cordon off a small section of the house as an apartment and then use the rest of it as a museum
Or bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
or a bed and
Yeah. Do
There you go.
weirdly themed B&B B&B.
Yeah, you can have a B&B
Kevin
where
versus the Predator monster.
where you
Kevin versus...
wake up and everybody else is gone and you're the only one in the
You're the only
house.
one there. And you can use the Brute aftershave as long as you put it on and
Was it Brute?
I don't know. It was the early 90s. So.
So good.
That or
Wasn't that also like John Hughes that did that movie? The first
Was that
one.
John Hughes?
I feel like it is, but I don't know.
It seems like it is, but
I think it
I
may
don't
have been.
know.
I think it may have been written by John Hughes. I don't know if he directed
I don't
that.
know. But I mean, what do you do?
I don't know, boys. It's summertime, and when I was a kid, I always looked forward to television in the summer because I could just sit and watch TV all day. And
Right.
it wasn't until I think like the late '80s, early '90s when they started having summer seasons for TV shows. I remember like
Instead
902.
of just reruns or whatever.
Yeah, I think 90210 was one of the first ones to do
Right,
like
yeah.
a summer, so to get people hooked on the show.
Yeah, I never saw 90210, but there were...
That was
There's a rabbit fans for that.
it was huge.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I was, it came out right around the time I graduated high school. So
What were you watching in summertime TV?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it would have been when I was a kid. It would have been, sort of just
Right.
reruns of stuff I missed.
I actually last year when we went to
Anything.
SummerCon, I got to talk to Jason Priestley and I asked him about the most recent incarnation of the show because there was the reboot that came out in like the early to mid 2000s, the aughts, and then there was another one that was just called BH 90210.
Was that the one that was kind of meta?
It was like the one where they're the actors doing a reboot of the series.
But it was kind of they were self-aware.
They-
Yeah,
actors,
they were playing like fictionalized versions of themselves.
Yeah,
working
yeah.
on a new show.
That's fun.
I thought
It's
that was
just
a
like
great
us.
idea.
That's fun.
Because we're actually Angela Lansbury as our town podcast extraordinaire.
Yeah. But I put together a list of new television shows that are premiering this summer. Some of them are already out as we're filming this. Do you guys want to talk about some of the new shows that you can jump into? See if any of these might spark your
I didn't
fancy.
get this in my notes.
Peak
You didn't get these in your notes? It was in the notes.
television.
So there's a show called Shard Lake.
Yeah, which I
just
know
a-
it's probably pronounced differently than we're saying it. Right?
But it's a 4-part historical murder mystery set in Tudor England, and it stars none other than Sean Bean, who
Sure.
dies and
He
everything.
usually dies.
Yeah.
Well, and do you know off the top of your head when the Tudor time was?
I think it's
Very in vogue.
Oh,
Right?
here it is.
is it mid or late 1800s? It's in the 1800s, right?
I really don't know.
Yeah, like 1850,
I have no
something
idea.
like that.
Tudor.
I don't know. Sean Bean plays lawyer Matthew Shardlake, who works for Cromwell, is ordered to a seaside town to investigate a murder. So, I don't know.
He's cool. He plays serious really well.
Yes, he does a good
Shardlake.
job.
Short Lake probably sounds cooler with a British accent.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
so.
and maybe it is like
Because it sounds
maybe
really
it's a Welsh
stupid,
word or
honestly.
a Gaelic word or something. I have
It
no
could
idea.
be, I
It's probably mispronounced it.
Yeah, though, because sometimes you'll see an Irish word with what you
Oh
think
yeah,
are the
like
correct letters.
like
and
Siobhan it's spelled Siobhan.
It's so good. Yeah.
That premiered May 1st. It's on Hulu if you want to check it out. But I do like Sean Bean. I might,
for sure.
I might go back and see if there's nothing else on.
I think he delivers.
There is a show called A Man in Full. It's based on a Tom Wolfe novel. It's on Netflix. It stars Jeff Daniels, the super pooper himself, where he plays the lead. He's an Atlanta real estate mogul named Charlie Croker. He's going bankrupt and risks losing everything, much to the delight of his adversaries. So it kind of sounds like a Trumpian figure, maybe. But it's directed, some of the episodes, by Regina King. So I think that's kind of cool. So
Did she direct Watchmen, the TV
I think she
series?
did some of
I think
them,
he
right?
did a few episodes.
Yeah.
I found that to be good.
I
think
thought it was
she's
a great
fucking
series.
queen. No, I like that lady a bunch.
Yeah, so that's came out on 5/2.
What channel is that?
Netflix.
All right,
So you should be able to get that. This one I actually read this book, The Tattooist of Auschwitz.
Yeah, I bet that's the musical,
It
right?
was a heartfelt.
Yeah, it's like
It was actually a love story.
I was gonna say, that sounds like a love story to me.
Thrown in a concentration camp.
why can't they just have a movie about like Jewish scholars? You know how
I
many
know.
fucking Jewish
I know,
scribes there've
everything's
been?
about, yeah.
And why aren't one of those just like from the year 800?
Yeah.
What the fuck? It's like
I know.
Auschwitz.
Yeah.
But we found love.
So this the book was a fictional tale, but it incorporated real people, and it's basically about a guy that gets sent to the camp and somehow manages to get a job as the tattooist, where he's
Oh, man.
tattooing the
Yeah.
numbers on
ID
people's
numbers.
arms,
Jesus.
and that's how he kind of survives. As long as he does a good job at that, they'll keep him around, kind of a thing. But he falls in love with a gal, and they go through horrors of the camp, and everybody's favorite Dr. Mengele makes an appearance in the book and probably on the show.
Oh, well, that's it. Have you seen Triumph of the Spirit with Willem Dafoe? Where he's the boxer?
Yeah.
Did you guys
Was
see
that
that?
Willem Dafoe?
Yeah. It's early for Willem Dafoe. I'd say it's 80,
Okay.
maybe
He's
4,
going to be
83,
in the new
84.
Beetlejuice movie.
Willem Dafoe is?
Yeah, he's going to be
Yeah.
one of the ghosts. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just going to be Willem Dafoe. Just walk on set.
Haunting people.
Giving you that look.
Did they remake that movie
I don't know.
recently? But he plays the boxer that's sort of forced
Yeah, I
to
feel
fight.
like they did, Forced to Fight.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. I mean, it's just a timeless
I
tale.
think I've seen both versions of it, though.
I
from back
remember
in
that
the
one
day.
because it's a really good movie.
Yeah.
And Dafoe delivers.
Yeah.
Right? That was even before he played Christ, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He delivers. I think
He
he
delivers
does.
everything he does.
gets it,
Yeah. So that came out on 5/2. It's on the Peacock Network if you want to check it out. Another show coming out 5/9, or already came out 5/9. Black Twitter: A People's History.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys see this in your news feeds and stuff. They'll do a Black Twitter for the week, and they'll do hilarious tweets from Black folks that comment on life and its tragedies and all the crap. So this is chronicles the rise of the mighty online community that defined the platform now known as X. The series looks to delve further into the rise of Black Twitter through the memes, moments, and influencers who defined one of the most influential, important spaces on the internet.
I think I see some of those types of posts because I follow DL Hughley.
Oh, yeah.
And he posts all kinds of stuff. And
Yeah,
so a lot of
probably.
times I'm sure he posts off of Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. So 5/9 on Hulu, so it's out now. I almost started watching this one last night when I was looking around for something to watch, but Bodkin.
I
it's-
started that.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's worth watching.
It's Will Forte, right?
Yeah, it's good television.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just wasn't quite in. I'm still not. I'm a couple in, but not terribly sure where it's going. But
Okay.
it's well done.
He
for
plays
sure.
a podcaster
Yeah.
that does
Yeah.
like a true
It's like
crime
the
murder.
True crime tennis.
Yeah.
Right, where everybody's kind of, are they who they seem to be?
Gotcha. Is it black comedy or comedy at all?
No.
No.
it's
But it
pretty
takes place
straight.
in Ireland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty straight. I mean,
Okay.
a couple of absurd moments, but no, I would not call it like a black comedy.
Yeah. Set in an Irish community untrusting of outsiders, Bodkin begins with unsolved case of 3 missing persons who vanished 21 years ago during the Irish Night of the Dead. From there, surly locals, strange revelations, and a battle between ambition and empathy stroke tensions.
Night of the Dead. Are they talking about Samhain?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that came out on 5/9, and it's on Netflix.
And Forte is really talented.
He's a good
He's
guy,
good.
yeah.
I think he's good. Yeah. Who's the guy who plays Barry? Whose name I just forgot? Who can do impressions?
Yeah,
of
yeah.
everybody?
I know
that
he's
guy's
great. Yeah.
But sometimes
Barry
I
on
get he
HBO,
and
yeah.
Forte mixed up.
Okay, yeah.
I always get
I
those two
can see
mixed
that.
up too. It's
Yeah.
yeah. I know he's talking
He's
about.
really good.
He was a writer on South Park for a while.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, during the time he was on SNL, he was a writer on South Park. Or maybe he was after. I don't know.
This one's interesting. It's called The Big Cigar. It's a series about Black Panther leader Huey P. Newton and his escape from the U.S. to Cuba, which he managed with the help of Hollywood producer Bert Schneider. So if you kind of picture that Ben Affleck movie where they set up the fake movie crew to go into Iran and rescue the hostages, it's kind of like that, but to get Newton to Cuba, they set up a
I
fake
read a book
movie.
about this years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I never heard about this, and I've done a lot of research on Black Panthers and stuff. But yeah, so it sounds interesting.
Cuba. Oh,
Cuba. So it's a fake movie border smuggling affair drawn from real events.
That's neat.
So it's in the first 2 episodes were directed by Don Cheadle. And it
Nice.
comes out
I like Don Cheadle.
Oh, yeah.
17 on Apple TV.
Right on.
There's a TV show called Eric coming out on the 30th on Netflix. It promises to plunge us back into a 1980s Manhattan with a missing persons mystery. But this one stars none other than Benedict Cumberbatch. He plays the lead named Vincent, a famous puppeteer and kids show TV creator. When his 9-year-old son Edgar goes missing, a distressed Vincent descends into destructive actions, fixated on the character Edgar created in his drawings, a monster called Eric. Seeing Eric as the one real chance to bring home his son through the TV show Good Day Sunshine, he becomes more and more isolated from those around him.
Oh, boy.
So,
Where's
yeah,
that
but
gonna
it's
be on?
Benedict Cumberbatch. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
It comes
It's
out on the
descent into
30th.
madness. Or I wonder if there's a tint of maybe his madness is gonna. I was thinking about this because I saw an ad for it. I knew a schizophrenic guy who stayed with us occasionally, Fast Eddie, and I swear to God, he would see shit before it happened,
Who
man.
was Fast Eddie?
Oh, he was this old timer.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I don't. Madness isn't always what we think it is.
He wasn't
I think,
the peace
right?
sign guy from back in the day, was he?
No,
Here in
Peace Man
Montana?
was cool. Remember that
Yeah,
guy?
that was
Samantha's
Ed's brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
But it's interesting. I don't think consciousness is only what we think it is, right? So, and I think, therefore, different states of mind are completely happening. Right?
We've got our fan behind us. He's trying to raise money for himself for this evening. So,
Well, maybe he's going
if
to join the Our Town Podcast Patreon.
if you happen to go back in time and are driving through, maybe give him $1 or $2. There's a TV show called Clipped, and I'm not a big basketball fan, so I'm probably not going to watch this. But I remember the scandal that happened when the Los Angeles Clippers owner Don Sterling made a bunch of racist comments, and ended up getting a lifetime ban from the NBA. He had to sell the team and all that. So this is going to be a series that shows the stuff happening around that, and I think Ed O'Neill plays the guy
I
that
think he
did
does.
this. So Al Bundy himself, but it's also got Lawrence Fishburne in it. So I haven't seen him for a minute that I can think
That
of.
guy delivers every time.
He plays the head coach of the Clippers of the time, named Doc Rivers, and then a bunch of other people that leaked the tapes. That's
For
on
some reason, because I saw an ad for this, and I don't remember that happening.
Yeah, I vaguely remember when it was totally forgot about it, and then this was like, oh yeah, I remember when that all went down. So somebody leaked a bunch of tapes where
I
he was
like
making
Ed
a bunch
O'Neill. I
of.
think Ed O'Neill's capable, right?
Oh, big time.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was Popeye Doyle in French Connection too.
Yeah,
and did a fine job.
Yeah, been in a lot of drama stuff,
Yeah,
not
no,
just
I
the
think he's capable.
sitcoms.
Yeah.
So
And
He was in
Al
Wayne.
Bundy's one of the great characters. He is.
He was in both Wayne's World movies as well.
Wait, I don't remember in Wayne's World.
He was the guy
He
who
worked at the diner,
He was
right?
the guy that ran the diner.
Yeah.
He had like that monologue. He's like, no, only me and only we can monologue.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Come on, talking to the camera. Come with us.
Nice. Oh my God! And we're all sort of waiting on this. June 4th, The Acolyte, this new
Yes.
Star Wars TV show, comes out on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And I
There's a
still
cool,
don't know much about it.
There's a cool Star Wars kind of Elseworld in the. It was called The Acolyte. And I wonder if this is based on that.
I saw a quick preview where it flashed through a bunch of stuff and it looked like there was a
Is that the
Wookiee.
one that has Vader in the white suit?
I'm not going to say.
Because
I'm not gonna say it.
I've seen that. And that looks really cool. Because like,
Doesn't this one takes place years and years before the Skywalker saga, right?
Yeah.
Like 100 years
Yeah.
or something.
okay, so that wouldn't be bad then.
But it seems like that there's
Some
a
kind of
tremor of the
connection.
force. You know,
Yeah.
some bad's going on.
Yeah.
And if it's what I think it is, it's an excellent choice
Yeah,
for like
okay.
a Elseworlds.
Nice. Something different.
Something different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm all in. I'm looking forward to that premiering on June
Yeah, was
4th.
that Star Wars Discoveries? It was like, that's the first, that's the introduction of the chicken leg, the backward leg, Darth Maul, was in a compendium of stories, a Star Wars
Okay, 'cause
compendium.
the first time I saw that was on the Clone Wars series.
Yeah. But in that same issue, there's some really cool shit and
Speaking
story
of
called
which,
The Acolyte.
I saw it was either today or yesterday that Filoni is talking about doing a mini-series, a live-action mini-series of the Clone Wars TV show, which includes Hayden Christensen and the young lady who played the teenage version of Ahsoka. So
Nice.
like a
Filoni was saying that?
I think it was. They said that was. Somebody said it was Filoni. I don't know. I
Jeez.
didn't look into it to see if it was true.
Because
or
he's
not.
still the boss, right?
Well, he's one of the bosses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one of the main, showrunners.
Nice.
Geez, I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Yeah, big time.
I'd watch
And it's
it.
and what is Trinity's name? How come I forgot her name? Trinity from the Matrix.
Kate, not Moss, but it's Carrie Ann Moss.
Yeah, Carrie Ann Moss. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she's the lead, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, she's
And,
great.
Yeah, because she showed up in, was it Jessica
Jessica Jones.
Jones and
I didn't
stuff?
know that.
Yeah,
Right.
she was in that universe of those 4 shows where she was like a high-powered lawyer,
Yeah.
getting everybody off.
No, the second the villain came along in Jessica Jones, I couldn't watch it anymore. That guy, Mr. Mind or whoever it was. I just couldn't
David
deal with
Tennant?
it. Couldn't deal with David Tennant being evil. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
I
He was so good at it, though. I mean,
Yeah,
he's
I know. That's
a
the
great
trouble.
actor.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
I was like, wow. It was the exact
And
opposite.
he's
I was like,
Scottish. He shouldn't be evil. Come on, Dave. But I think he likes to stretch.
Yeah.
I
And then
think he's played a lot of good guys, so it's good
He
to
has,
see him
but
play
he also,
something bad.
yeah, what Good Omens, right? But he's having fun with Good Omens, right? He's-
Doctor Who for
Yeah,
a
Doctor
minute.
Who. He's,
Yeah. He also did the
Love that guy.
reboot of DuckTales. He was
Yeah.
Scrooge McDuck.
Oh, nice.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Geez, that's great.
That was the reason why I started watching it. It's like,
Oh,
it's
'cause he's
David
got
Tennant, and he's a real Scotsman.
Yeah,
so-
he's got the accent.
And
So.
which is
yeah,
really
yeah,
funny
yeah.
because
Oh, man.
Glumgold, his arch
Scrooge
nemesis.
McDuck. That's
What's-
racist.
What's funny is in the original, and he and this other billionaire duck who are like always kind of fighting each other. The one,
The other billionaire duck.
the other one, in the guy who played Glumgold in the reboot series had like this really bad Scottish accent. Like it was overtly obvious that it was not real.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember Scotch Buy at Safeway? Which they're cheap.
Oh man, I've used a lot of
Yeah,
Scotch
yeah,
By
yeah.
products. Yeah.
Oh man, you can't
What?
say that.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Scotch Buy was the bargain brand.
Was
or
the
whatever.
bargain brand.
Yeah, they're calling Scottish people cheap. That's exactly what that is.
I never
The fuck
equated
it's
that because I
not.
sort of
Yeah.
forgot about Scotch By, but
Yeah. Oh,
it's like the Kirkland
Pepperidge
brand,
Farm
right?
remembers, motherfucker.
It's like the
I've
Kirkland
seen
brand,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Man.
Kirkland
geez.
stuff's good though.
Oh yeah, no,
I mean,
I'm
this
not
was like
picking on it.
Like beer or it's the same shit. It's just like Scotch By was the.
What was it? Just like a white can with black letters that said beer.
No, that did exist.
That
but
did exist, yeah.
no, Scotch By was just the bargain brand,
Yeah.
the store brand.
And they had the Argyle
Yes!
on the bottom, yeah, the little
I
strip.
tell you.
Yeah.
It's a tart.
I just remember,
Argyle's
like-
a specific tart.
I have a memory of going to the food bank with my mom when I was real little,
Crazy.
and we got the government subsidized food, which was cans of food that said in big black letters whatever it was.
Food.
It was like dog food or ham or cereal, and they're all in cans.
Did you get canned cereal?
I don't remember if it was
Yeah, no, I
actually
get
cereal, but I'm just saying it was things you wouldn't imagine coming out of a can. It was in a
Nice.
can. Bread.
Can.
Yeah.
Oh my
bread.
God, stuff left over from the big one. You know?
Is that what it came from?
I don't know.
Holy
It's
shit.
like,
From when they shut down all the Fallout
Big
shelters.
Seven
Yeah, but in the end, again, man, it's like because we have the luxury of food, right? And that also shows that we have the ability to distribute said foods, right? Because canned food can sit since WW2.
Yeah.
It just has to get
Oh
to
my
where
God!
people need it.
It never occurred to me that food was probably left over from World War II. And we got these.
Post-war period.
I mean, seriously, they were like, there was they all looked like soup cans, but there was. I remember one being like apple juice.
And this is sad because I did barbecue for Memorial Day, made some ribs and coleslaw and macaroni salad, and grabbed a can of beans out of the just baked beans out of the cupboard, and I looked at the date, and it was best by April 2024, and I was like.
Oh yeah, that's well within parameters.
I know, but it took me a second. I'm like, what am I doing? This is good. This is not bad. It's like a month.
Yeah.
Not even a month later.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
like, don't be a douche.
It would be one thing if it was like 2027.
Bunch of dents on it, like. Yeah.
It's got
Bulging a little
It's
bit.
got it's like paw prints from animals on it.
Oh my God! Please wash your cans before
Which
you
I
open
always
them.
forget to do. Honest,
so gross.
honest, I know.
So gross. Boys, there's a new show. This is based on a book, I think, but our buddy Han Solo, Harrison Ford, played the original role. It's Presumed Innocent, if you remember that movie from way back in the day.
Vaguely,
Role of Rusty Sabich, the chief deputy prosecutor for Chicago Prosecuting Attorney's Office. But Jake Gyllenhaal is going to take over the role in a limited series that's coming to Apple TV.
You know,
Presumed Innocent was a film. It wasn't.
Yeah, it was a film. I think it was based on a book.
wasn't it like a?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, jeez.
Wasn't it like one of the guy who always does like the mysteries and like
Dramas and stuff.
government conspiracies. And,
Yeah, I don't know. J.J. Abrams and David E. Kelly are teaming up to make this show. It's a murder charge within the building sees power and politics thrown into the air, and over 8 episodes, it's a race to the truth.
I could see Jake Gyllenhaal doing Indiana Jones or any of the other like.
I'd sure welcome it.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't mind seeing that guy as an action.
Some younger
Yeah, how old is he?
Indiana.
Any idea?
Jake?
Yeah, 40
gotta
something?
be early 40s, maybe?
Early 40s, late 30s, I think.
Yeah.
Right on. That's.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's a talented kid.
Yeah,
I think the first movie I ever saw was that Red Sky movie, right? Where he's like working in a mine.
No, that and Bottle Rockets. Wasn't he in Bottle Rockets?
Bubble Boy.
Bottle Rockets? Yeah, Bubble Boy.
Oh, Bubble
was
Boy back in the
hilarious.
day. Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, what's the one where he can only go back to like 30 seconds? or
Right hand
something?
drive little
Oh, yeah.
little truck. That little,
Yeah, the little tiny.
Love those little trucks.
Yeah,
Want
yeah,
one. Be great for our parade, folks. So if you want to come out on July 27th, right here on this street, we will be marching and driving and doing something. I don't know what we're doing. We're giving out dum-dums and
stickers and dum-dums.
Come down and support the show and give us a high five.
Yeah, geez, what if we were mean and handed out like applets and cobbler? Kids are crying.
Almond Roca.
Almond
We were
Roca.
local.
Unwrap Kitty Roca.
Enjoy.
Does anybody else call it that? Because that's something that my brothers used to call almond
Kitty Roca?
Kitty Roca.
Kitty Roca, yeah, that's totally what it looks
It
like.
looks
I
like
had a
cat
puppy that
turd.
loved it. But
Yeah.
cat turds. Would just eat like cat turds out of
My dog, Ginger, back in the day, I built a sandbox for my kid, for my son, and didn't realize it, but my cat was out there taking dumps. I should have known. And the dog sat there and ate it all, got impacted.
Oh, no.
They had to do surgery
buddy.
to pull out, they actually cut out part of her intestines and put
poor
it back
kid.
together. Yeah, it was crazy.
Just from the turds or from sand or something?
All the sand and everything just packed in.
That's so gross.
Couldn't
Sand.
figure out why she was so
Man.
compacted. And they're like, yeah, it's cat turds full. I'm like, fuck. $3,000 later, got the dog back, and it was never. She was never quite the same. If you thought her farts parts were bad beforehand. Oh my
Yeah, they've got a shit GI tract anyway, but then you're like, let's take a third off of that and just hot rod it.
Oh my god! I remember like in the early days of the internet. I think it was even before the internet. I think it may have been like on a message board someplace at BBS. Someone had posted a photo of a birthday cake that they got. They fucking loved it. They were ranting and raving at how great this birthday cake was. They made it. It was I believe it was like German chocolate cake. But instead of like the normal like frosting they have on top, they had like almond rokas on it. So it looked like a cat box.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Presumed Innocent Boys comes out 6/12 on Apple TV. Another show that I'm probably not going to watch because I'm not a big fan of this young lady, Eva Longoria.
I don't know who that is.
I think she in the
Modern
Wisteria.
Oh, the Modern Family.
I thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought that was Sophie Vergara.
Oh, it is.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Never mind.
I don't know who is she?
She
That
was
sounds
in
familiar.
the one with Lois, the gal that played Lois in the Dean Cain Superman, where they were Desperate Housewives.
Desperate Housewives.
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me a minute. Anyway, she's playing a person named Gala, a New Yorker who is used to the
Mike.
good life. Unfortunately, her husband has been up to no good, and
So that's not Sophie? Jesus Christ, they look like the same person.
I think Sophie is a little heavier on top. This may be how you can tell them apart. Anyway, he leaves her with all this debt and all this crap. It makes it look like she's guilty, and there's bad guys hot on their trail, so she flees the country with her mother and adult daughter. They wind up in a small wine town in northern
Oh, my
Spain.
God.
The same one her own mother left decades before. They try their best to keep their identities hidden, but as town people gossip and criminals hunt them down,
Yes.
she and her family will learn deep, surprising family secrets.
So is it like an action?
I don't know. It just looked like a
comedy?
drama
Yeah, I was gonna say,
thing.
it sounds like a drama to me.
Yeah.
But you know,
Did she find romance?
you know,
In the hills of Spain.
the only reason why I ever watched Desperate Housewives is because the street they film on is on the back lot at Universal, and the houses they use, one of which is the Munsters house, and across the street
nice.
is the Cleaver house.
Nice.
So
Wow, still to this day?
still to this day.
That's cool as
And they were both used in the show.
Yeah.
Nice. So that's called Land of Women. Premiere 6/26 on Apple TV. I'll probably get roped into it because the wife will probably
Sure.
enjoy something like that.
And is she good? I can't think of
Eva
anything.
Longoria, I don't know. I can't think of what else she's been in. She's been in a number of stuff, but I picture her more as like almost, and forgive me because she's probably a very talented person, but like a soap opera actor, right?
Well, not to
That's kind of what I
diminish the-
feel
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Telenovela.
yeah, no, maybe
Yeah.
that, but
and even then, it's not necessarily it's what they're given and how they're directed.
Sure. Yeah.
Because it's not easy to do.
I looked online. The only things that I've
2
possibly
minutes of
seen her in
reading
was
herself.
the Desperate Housewives, and she was also in the Dora the Explorer movie. When Dora was
Oh,
like
was she like the mom or
she's
something?
like the mom of Dora. Yeah.
Nice. That was a funny movie.
That
I
was a
enjoyed
great
that.
movie. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
There's a show called Sunny. It's got somebody I really like, Rashida Jones, as a woman who teams up with a robot to solve the disappearance of her family. She plays Susie, an American woman living in Japan. Her husband and son go missing in a plane crash. She receives Sunny, a domestic robot made by her husband's electronics company. Her resentment and grief soon give way to an unexpected friendship between the two, one that leads them to investigate what really happened to her family. Dark secrets and a robot detective capers await.
Is that one? Is that a movie or?
It's a show.
Oh,
Where is it going to be? On Apple?
7:10 on Apple.
Jeez, oh, too bad I got the
Yeah.
apple. Oh, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind
she's
watching
that's from Parks and Rec, and
Yeah, isn't that
no.
Quincy Jones' daughter?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, she's cool.
Yeah, she's good.
Geez, I wonder what the robot looks like.
It looked almost like a cross between the girl robot Eva from WALL-E, but with legs, but also the Big Hero 6 kind of
Okay.
looked like a miniature version of that.
All right.
So no, yeah, I don't know. It was just like a white.
But
Exactly. And here's one on Peacock. Get away from the Apple stuff, but Those About to Die. It's got Sir Anthony Hopkins. It's directed by Roland Emmerich.
Oh, shit.
And it's Gladiators.
Day After Tomorrow, or,
Yeah. Gladiators takes us behind the scenes of a gladiatorial competition in ancient
People
Rome.
love the ancient Rome.
I know, swords and
The
sandals,
chopping.
right?
The chopping. Because everybody tells themselves, I'd win.
Yeah.
I'd win. I'd be the top gladiator. It's like, no, you wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't. You'd be
Yeah.
dead. Prepare to see the nitty-gritty ins and outs of the bloodiest entertainment industry imaginable, as well as some gnarly fights. And, of course, reigning over it all is Hopkins himself as Emperor
Oh, nice.
Vespasian.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize that. That comes out on the July 18th on the Peacocks.
Right on.
So-
People love the Rome.
Yeah, I don't know. What is about the Rome that people are so fascinated by?
there was a thing going around social media a while back about what do guys think about the Roman Empire. And I never understood that. I guess it was a...
Oh, where women would ask that question of their men, and then they would have an answer for it, but you ask them something
or
simple.
That's some kind of thing.
What are you thinking about?
Because men actually think about the Roman Empire a lot.
Yeah.
Apparently, I don't understand that at all.
Yeah.
I don't. I literally
No, and
never.
I don't know, because for the vast majority of the citizenry, and the non-citizenry, who are the vast majority of the people, right? And it was terrible.
Yeah.
It's like,
Sucked
but it's
ass
always,
for them.
if you're rich, you just have to talk all the people who aren't rich into thinking that someday they could. It might just happen.
Yeah.
Right?
I watch
That's been the trick
Caligula
all along.
on a regular basis. Oh my God. Yeah, Nero with his violin. Boys, that's the shows I know of. Sharing is caring. Have you guys come across any new shows, movies, books, restaurantes? Anything that's happened recently for you?
There's that. Oh God, I'm trying now that I want to talk about it, my brain is like, no, you don't. Need
My brain.
Finder, I think is the name of the show.
Oh, is that the one where he's he lives in the trailer in the airstream?
Yeah, it's a great
Yeah,
show.
Kyle and I were talking about that on Saturday.
Really is.
Yeah.
I mean, he has this innate ability to find people, but he also has people to help him too. And it's a great show.
I watched the first episode.
I think it's on CBS. I think it's CBS.
Yeah, I think you get it on Paramount.
Oh, the other thing it's just season 2 just started a couple days ago is My Adventures with Superman. It's on Adult Swim. It's an animated thing where,
Oh, nice.
Where do you find Adult Swim? Cinemax or something? Or
cable.
Max? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's also
It's not a
but
sub channel.
it's also on Max. It's on
Okay,
Max
okay.
the next day.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So if
Yeah.
you have Max, you can check it out. It's actually a really good show. I really enjoyed it.
Mike, what about you? Any new stuff?
I don't know. I've been
Not
working
really?
a bunch. Yeah, I mean, life is good.
All right.
Life is good. Still listening to over and over and over Roxy Music, Virginia Plain.
Nice.
And a lot of times, because I fall into a song like that, relatively often, and then I just kind of overdo it in my head, and most of the time, because to me, even lyrics are just the vocals, finding tone and measure and all that shit, because that's just part of the whole fucking package of a song.
Yeah,
Right? So and I often don't want to know the lyrics because I'm often disappointed in lyrics, right? So I often don't want to, but so I'm reading the lyrics to Virginia Plain, and they're incredible. And his phrasing and how he puts all this together, I mean, it's some of the best sung poetry
Brian
I've ever
Ferry
seen in my
write
life.
it, or-
Yes,
Okay.
it's just dumb.
Yeah, he's got
it
some-
got better and better and better. Yeah, so that was great.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
Found it on.
We had our friend Amy flew in. She's in town right now. She flew in because she got tickets to both of the Pearl Jam shows. She's a super fan. So we went up and had dinner with her on Saturday up in West Seattle, California and Admiral. There's a restaurant, I think it's called Circa, and it was pretty good. It was a cute little place. I'd probably give it like a 3.5 stars out of 5, something like that. It was a good.
What'd you get?
I got a barbecue chicken salad, and the ladies got a steak salad. And I had a very good quality old-fashioned cocktail,
Nice.
which was nice. It was a good. It wasn't too harsh, and they had Guinness on tap, which was great. They advertised Harp beer, which is another Irish lager, but they didn't have any. So it's like, motherfucker, you don't advertise.
But a good old fashioned. That's nice.
Oh, also, I just saw that today's May 30th. In 13 days, season 4 of The Boys.
Oh yes, The
And
Boys,
then-
the new season of The Boys.
And then in 28 days, that 90s show, season 2 starts. And then in 49 days is the last season of Cobra Kai.
Oh.
Nice. I have to catch. I've like 2 seasons of Cobra Kai, and that was it. Maybe 3, 2 or 3.
Yeah, no, it's been enjoyable.
I got to get back
ridiculous.
into
It's
it.
great.
The guy that plays, and I can't remember him, the guy that plays Homelander, recently just said that Homelander could beat Superman.
No.
And I had to
That's
think
who's
about
right
that
there,
for a
right?
minute.
I say no.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
depends on
Homelander's
who's riding it.
fucking evil,
He is
right?
evil,
so
yeah.
he would any dirty trick.
Yeah, he would say,
which
Superman,
be-
you have to leave or I'm
mean,
going to
he-
kill
Yeah,
6
yeah,
billion out of
yeah,
8 billion.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
And just, he'd do something like that. But
Yeah.
like actually physically, it depends on who's right. Because the old fashioned Superman
that's
was
true.
bulletproof.
That's true.
But he could only jump. It's like, so
Yeah.
you do 1938 Superman
I mean-
versus 2017 Homelander. It's like, no, Superman's.
Homelander would be like the time that Lex Luthor got like Superman's powers for a day.
Yeah.
And he had all the same powers as Superman, and he still lost
Yeah,
to
there's no way.
Superman.
There's no way.
Yeah, I don't know that they have that much differential between them, right? They're both.
And
I mean, Homelander's basically Superman, but the
He's
evil
not as
version.
smart
of
as
it.
Superman, though.
That's true. So
Agreed, and he's
there's
got a
the
bunch of
evil
hang-ups.
versus the smart.
Yeah, I don't know. Superman can
Homelander-
travel. He's not that fast. He's faster than A Train, but he's not super. Superman can travel at the speed of fucking light.
Oh, that's
You
true,
know what I mean?
'cause,
He went backwards in
Superman
time.
can
Remember,
race
Save Mondo
Flash.
Kidder.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, and he's so I mean he's much faster. And if he could, I don't know if Homelander needs to breathe in space. So could Superman just grab him and throw him into the fucking sun
Just
and
run
follow
him
him
up
into the
there.
sun and gain power the whole time?
Yeah, that's true.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
at some point, Superman's, depending on who's writing it, it's like it's over the top, dude.
Homelander is literally like if Trump were
He's chemical.
Superman.
Yeah, he's a great
I mean,
character.
really, he is.
Trump thinks
And
he
man,
is Superman.
he does
Right?
a great job.
Yeah.
He is menacing and just like, it works. It works
Yeah.
really. I wonder if Giancarlo is coming back.
Oh, that's right, because he was the,
He was the chief
CEO
of the
for a
company,
minute.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Didn't
we
he
don't
get-
know if he's a meta or not.
Didn't he,
He's
didn't he
never
get killed in
displayed
last
anything.
season? I thought he was
No,
No.
he wandered out.
The weird lady running for vice president or
That was
whatever.
able to
the
explode
head
everybody's
popper,
head, yeah.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, she's awful.
Gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it's a good show. It's just extra.
Yeah.
It's just a dash, like, when I'm just like,
They're not saying this is final season or anything, right? It's just a new season.
I haven't seen if it's the
Okay.
final season or not.
Yeah.
It's quality TV. It's just rough.
Yeah.
But it's quality.
Oh my God.
Man, Homelander's badass.
Also, season 4 of Evil just dropped as well.
So I got to get caught back up on
Yeah,
that. I think
I
I
haven't watched
finished
that.
the first
Such a
season.
good show.
Right
Yeah,
on.
it's a
Is
fun
it scary?
show.
A little bit.
It's got a few moments.
I mean, the in season 1, I skipped the Halloween episode because of how freaky that show can be. I was like, yeah, I'm not watching a Halloween episode. I'm gonna skip it. I'm
I
good.
wonder if I could get the wife into that and get her
I don't know.
catch
I
up to me.
understand it. Yeah.
I mean,
I don't know.
it has elements of like murder mysteries and like
Yeah, it's great. It's got
the woman triumphing over evil. And,
yeah.
How many
The
episodes is-
Unbeliever. She's an unbeliever, but the guy that played the big guy.
Coulter.
Coulter, yeah, Luke Cage. Yeah, he's a believer. He's studying to become a priest.
In season 2 or 3, he becomes a priest.
Oh, does he really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, despite them having a little bit of a
Sure.
they don't do anything that I've seen, but they have this sexy flirtation between them.
Right, I'm just like a Scully and Mulder.
Yeah, kind of,
Yeah.
Right. It's a formula. It's cool.
yeah.
I don't, man, I really want to see something, but I don't want to ruin anything
Yeah.
for you. So you
Yeah,
need to
yeah.
get caught up on the show.
All right.
But
And remember,
there's-
not all sex with priests is bad.
I ain't fucking touching that one, Mike.
No, it won't happen because she's a woman and not a 10-year-old boy.
Have a little communion wine.
All right.
Oh God, so gross. Oh my God. Amy was telling us this funny story I want to share with you guys. So she is a massive super fan of Pearl Jam, which is great. In 2006, she was not living here in Seattle yet. She moved from Minnesota to here around 2006, I think 2007, lived here for a while. She moved back to Minnesota a couple years ago. But before she moved here, she was like, oh man, Pearl Jam's not coming to the Twin Cities area. So she bought a ticket to the Chicago show.
Oh, jeez.
And then she was like, oh, well, I don't have to just go to Chicago. She started looking around for other cities where she could get a ticket and a cheap flight. So she got a ticket to I think it was the Santa Barbara one, right?
Oh, nice.
And then she's like, well, I'm going to get, they played the Gorge.
One time on the West Coast.
Two dates at the Gorge, so she bought tickets to both of those shows.
Jeez,
right?
when is that? Or did that already
This was
happen?
2006.
Oh.
This is 2006, so way back in the
So
day.
she follows them like the Grateful Dead.
Not really, just this. She had a wild hair, I guess, and she was just. But she goes every year. Every time they tour, she's definitely gone, and she got both tickets for the shows last night, Tuesday night and tonight. So she's going to both shows. So she was in Seattle, I think, waiting to go to the Gorge, and the band was playing in Portland, and she was making all these connections to try to get tickets to all the shows and stuff. And she said she got on a ferry to go to Bainbridge Island, her first ferry trip in Seattle, and she gets a phone call, and she's like, yeah, hello, and it's like, I got a ticket for you for Portland, if you can make it tonight. And she's like, holy shit. And it's already like afternoon. So she's like, okay, great. So she jumps off the ferry, jumps back on the next one, gets back to Seattle, rushes to where she's staying, gathers up, which doesn't even change her clothes, right? Gets a rental car, drives full speed down to friggin' Portland, misses the opening acts, but the guy left her a ticket at will call. So she gets in and she gets to see the show. Well, after the show, she figures out how she managed to get this ticket. So she's talking to this guy, and the guy's going to the show in Portland, and she was trying to get tickets off of him for the Gorge, I think. And what had happened was there was a man and his son, and it was the son's 13th birthday, and he was outside in a soccer shirt, his favorite like South American team. Well, this guy comes out of the hotel and sees he's got the shirt on. He's like, oh, that's my favorite soccer club too. Why are you guys here? And they're like, oh, we're going to the Pearl Jam show. He's like, would you like front row ticket?
What?
Because it's your birthday. And so he gives the kid a front row seat, which means the dad now has this extra ticket. And this guy that Amy was in contact with, didn't really know him, says, I know somebody that wants that ticket if you're willing. And the guy's like, yeah, fuck yeah, my son's getting his birthday dream, front row seats for sure.
Oh my God.
So they call up Amy, and that was the phone call. Get down here, I've got a ticket for you. So she saw him.
That's amazing.
So she saw him Chicago, Santa Barbara, twice at the Gorge, and in Portland on that tour. And it's like, holy crap. But she's I wouldn't want to, I mean if I could afford it, but holy crap, that's a lot of shows.
That's pretty cool.
Anyway, so she's in town. She's going to the show tonight. She tried to get me a ticket. Couldn't find one, but
Yeah, where is
it's
it
all good.
tonight?
It's at the Climate Pledge.
Oh, sure. Jeez.
Yeah. Anyway,
Have you ever seen them?
I have not.
Yeah, how about you,
which
John?
sucks.
Neither have I. Yeah.
You did it Lollapalooza, right?
Oh, geez, I guess I did.
Yeah.
I don't really.
Other than that, maybe not.
At the height of their popularity, I wasn't into them. So I had their first album and I liked it. fine, but it wasn't like, oh my God, these are the most amazing.
They've had a positive impact.
Yeah.
Right. I could say that with a straight face.
I for a while didn't like them because I had a job working at Ticketmaster. I would get yelled at by their fans like on a daily basis.
Like you own Ticketmaster.
It's all Todd's fault.
Yeah, no shit. You're like,
Well, no,
I need
I
a
mean,
job too,
they would
dude.
call in and
What
just
the
start
fuck?
going off on
my
how
God.
we're gorging their prices and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, I'm a peon here, dude. I make this much money per hour.
You know how all that started with them is because they wanted to do a charity show somewhere in Chicago, and I forget what the charity was for. It was going to raise money for like somebody that some kid that died or something. Something happened, and Ticketmaster was like, "Well, you can't use that venue unless you use our ticket office." And like, okay, fine. And then they found out that Ticketmaster was putting all these extra fees for a charity concert, and they were like, come on. And that's kind of how it all started.
Jeez, well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's better, right?
Yeah, I would think so. But anyway,
I would spend like 10 minutes explaining what the fees all were to people.
Sure.
Because they'd ask about it. Like, well, the convenience charges, so you don't have to drive halfway across the state to find out the tickets are all gone.
Yeah.
The venue fees is because somebody has to clean up after you guys. And what was the other one? So this, and these other fees are for like maintaining like the server farm for the website and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, you know, that all made sense back then, but then now it's completely different. And what they do now is essentially, I don't know. They have their own scalpers. It's fucked up.
yeah.
And Pearl Jam are pretty much the same original members, right?
Well, the drummers changed quite a bit over the years, but Matt Cameron's been the drummer for, I don't know, 20 years or something.
Royalty, right.
Did the last few blow up on stage or something?
Yeah.
No,
Stumpy Joe.
they no. I mean, they didn't get along with a couple of the first early ones. I think one went on to do something else because he wasn't sure the band was gonna
Go anywhere,
kind of thing. And then they had the one guy that everybody, I still read on a lot of the Pearl Jam fan sites. Oh, he was the best drummer, and Dave Abruzzi, and they suck ever since. And it's like, really?
Yeah. He wrote every song.
And then they had Irons for a bit. Came into the band.
Who's that?
Jack Irons. Had him for a minute. But then, when Soundgarden broke up, Matt Cameron was available, so he's been
It's been around forever.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. Well, ending on something even more positive.
Matt Cameron's been on Almost Live as part of the.
Was he really?
I'm sure for part of the lame. Where they go lame.
Oh, the Lame List.
I don't remember that.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
it was the Lame List by Seattle's Heavy
List.
Metal Community.
Yes.
Oh,
And it was
man.
Kim Thale and 3 other guys, and I don't remember who they all were. But yeah, they would say, what was it? Pineapple on pizza, lame. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back. Is that anywhere? Can you find that? Is it on YouTube or
You can
anything?
probably find the Lame List Almost Live on YouTube, I'm sure.
Yeah.
There's at least one or two on there.
Just type in Keister on your search engine.
He
See
was a
what
funny
happens.
dude. I told you my Keister
Keister,
story, right?
yeah.
When he came into Shucks Auto Supply when I was working there.
Yeah.
And he wanted to do a segment on what stupid stuff people buy for their cars. It was like the double windshields, wipers, and the neon shit, right? But after he left behind, like his cameraman left behind a whole pack of like the light bulbs for the camera. And so we called him up and we're like, hey, Keister, if you ever want to see these lights again, you're going to bring us some King 5 swag.
Nice.
And sure enough, he showed up. He had sweatshirts and balloons.
that's
and he's
great.
like, guys, I rated, and this is all I could come up with. But it was pretty cool. I mean, it was t-shirts and sweatshirts and balloons and pens and shit from King 5. Keister.
Thanks for all of it.
Yeah. He's still around.
I sure think so.
Yeah.
He made me laugh.
Yeah. Here's some piece of advice. If anybody's going through a breakup or recently went through a breakup, this was a big thing on TikTok, I think, where his daughter had just broken up with her girlfriend, and his father sent this note to her because she was suffering. He said, some of the best advice I will ever give you: when someone lets you know that you are not for them, deal with the pain and the hurt with the knowledge that this person just gave you back the most valuable thing in the world, your time. Be grateful for the experience and good times you had with this person, and rejoice in the knowledge that your life is still completely yours, and you will no longer be wasted shackled to someone who did not completely want you.
Hey,
There you go.
Who
I mean,
wrote
isn't that great? It was a dad that wrote this to his daughter who had just broke up with her girlfriend,
Jeez.
and she was all sad, and she was like up in her room, and she was,
That's awful.
in the fetal position.
Also, I just posted one of the lane list videos from YouTube on our Facebook page.
Oh, nice.
If people want to check it out.
Nice. All right, folks, that's it for us this
Whoa.
week. If you are a member of the Patreon, the Our Town Podcast Patreon, or members only section of the website, then you will get to see
Yeah, and if you're not
our
one of
top
them.
5 bonus round this week. It's fake bands and movies and TV.
Yes.
That's what we're doing next. So hopefully you'll be sticking around. If you don't, go there now and sign up. It's like $3 a month.
Yeah, it's incredible. Come
It's
on.
incredible.
Do it. Do it
It's
now.
way funnier. The paid stuff, no, I mean, stitches, I say.
Stitches.
Stitches.
Bitches get stitches. All right. Or no, that's snitches get stitches, right?
Yeah, well, but not anymore.
Not
You've
anymore.
You've just re-centered that
Oh,
talk.
my God.
Okay, thank you.
All right, we're out.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Please like, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you think this episode is worth $1 or $5, the boys would love to have it. Please go to ourtownpod.store for merch or to donate now. For less than a cup of coffee, you can also join the website in the member-only area for exclusive bonus content, blogs, and more. It's just $3 a month or $30 a year. Thank you for listening to this production of Our Town Podcast Extraordinaire.